Tim asks, what nuances or things to consider for real estate agents in verifying their Google business profile with an office building that has multiple realtors? I remember parts of this discussion before, but since I'm about to do this for a client, I thought I'd get a refresher.
Yes, I have lots of good tips on that. So real estate agents.
Yeah.
The way they work is a lot of times there's the office, and all of them basically have their Google business profile there at their office. That's not a good place to verify it, because the way Google works is, let's say you've got, there's probably more, but let's say you have 10 agents working out of one office, and they're all listed on Google as realtor or real estate agent. I can't remember the exact category.
Well, there's a difference. There's a legal distinction between the two, so you got to be careful. But yeah.
So whatever they're listed as, they probably all have that same primary category. What happens is somebody searching, they're going to get filtered out. So if you are new, just got your profile set up and you don't have many reviews, you're probably not going to show up, and you want to show up. So what you need to do is do not verify at that business location. Verify it as a service area business at their home, and hide their address.
Okay.
And that will help, because even a service area business, the service area that they show, they kind of center that around where you verify. So basically their home, like your home address isn't going to be shown, but when they show it to people, it's going to be. So that is tricky. It depends on, does the agent live in their service area? Usually, yes.
Right.
If not, that can be a problem. But otherwise, if there's like 10 real estate agents as their main primary category, then they're going to get filtered out, and only the top few are going to show when they're in there. So, and then it depends on, and it really depends on the primary category as far as who's going to show. So don't verify at that office.
That's interesting, because I was reading for a doctor's office, it's totally acceptable to have doctors in and have an office listing, and then have doctors verified at that business listing as well.
So, and that's actually one that I'm working on soon, is one with doctors and doctors' offices. So with that, it is a little bit different. And the main reason is, so for a realtor, when you think about it, most realtors, while they have that office and they may go there, they're typically not sitting at that desk every day. They generally may have a home office. They go out and they show clients homes. So they're typically not tied to that office 5-7 days a week, whatever it is.
Right.
Now doctors, though, most doctors don't do house calls.
Right.
So you are actually going to go there to see them. So for a doctor, yes, they should be verified at their primary location that they see patients.
Okay.
And the one way to differentiate those would be the primary category. So.
Okay, so there's a category for office, medical office.
Yes, I haven't looked all of them up recently.
Doctor. Yeah.
Yeah, and because I think like the specialties and all of that, as far as what type of doctor they probably wouldn't want to just, and I haven't looked at the primary categories, but there's probably something with just doctor. I would say not to have that, to have their specialty, and there's a ton of them, and they're always updated and updating constantly, removing and adding. So right. You gotta watch that. But yeah, so definitely take a look at that, and that's actually one that I've got coming up, a call this week that I'm going to be working on. So. And they can be really tricky because, you've got so many doctors and at the same location, and you really need to have somebody that has it consistent and not a bunch of things on there that are really inconsistent on the map. So,
right. Yeah. Yep. All right. So, well, there you go. There's your answer, Tim.
Yes. And Tim, definitely, if you watch this and have further questions, just reach out to me. Since you're not here, I definitely, if you have anything else that I did not mention, let me know. Yeah. But that is something with real estate agents. that I've actually had come up and dealt with.
Well, that makes a lot of sense because, use the office, let the office be the building, the location,
Exactly.
right? But you as an agent, you can have a profile that's still service area. You can still take reviews in that profile. You can still list updates and stuff like that, but you don't really need to have, you're mobile. Your office is your car for a lot of
Exactly.
real estate agents.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if having it at that, and because a lot of people are like, well, I want the pin on the map. Well, if having the pin on the map means you don't get found because you're filtered out, what good does it do you?
Right.
So that's kind of the, why you don't, in that instance, the pin on the map is not going to help you.
Right. And I think that's important with a lot of things because people get obsessed on a detail and they don't understand the bigger marketing picture. Yeah, that pin on map sounds great, but maybe that's not the best way to reach customers. I'm the marketing professional. Let me give you good advice.
Yeah.
Don't dictate tactics to me.
Yes.
Now, yeah.
I'll say now the one instance where I might say, yeah, that would be good to have a pin on the map is if that realtor has a gazillion reviews and none of the other realtors at that location come near them, then they will probably be the one not filtered out. And hey, I would probably leave that if they're doing well. I wouldn't change their address if they're showing up. It's mainly the one, especially you're starting out with a new profile, kind of look and see what's there at that location. And all, because a lot of times, a lot of real estate agents, they just do it at the office and you'll look and there'd be tons of them there. But when you're searching, they're not showing up.
So the advice really you're giving is for new agents to start that way. But if you're an existing agent, now, what if you want to and know you can get a lot of reviews that are legitimately reviews, as we've talked about?
Sure. So I would say it depends because you don't want, that's one thing Google will maybe see it as a trigger if you have a ton of reviews just come in. So you definitely don't want to do that. The one thing is if you are an agent and you're already verified there, but there are other agents that have tons more reviews and you're just like, I'm not going to reach that and I'm not getting found. Change and change your address to your home address and clear it for service area business. I would definitely recommend that if you are at a listing with a ton of other agents and you're not going to come near them for reviews it's anytime soon, I would change it.
Okay.
Yeah. It could definitely help your business.
Good.